Welcome, sports fans. We're live in Starkville, Mississippi, on the campus of the Mississippi State Bulldogs, as the number 18 Arkansas Razorbacks are taking on the Bulldogs today with a battle in Starkville. This is your co-host, Diamond David McBee, along with the Zen Master, Mike Hemme, and we're just a few minutes shy of getting ready to have the number 18 Arkansas Razorbacks, Mike. And, Mike, that just sounds great, saying top 20 basketball team, exactly how you predicted on the last episode of Sports Talk is McKinney.
Well, you know, Dave, it really is nice, and it's nice to see that the Razorbacks have sort of found their role, and they are one of two ranked SEC teams. Regardless of the fact that we only have two SEC teams in the top 25, the SEC has been playing better. You know, in the last few years, they have not been labeled as a basketball conference. It's just Kentucky and everybody else. Arkansas, Dave, is trying to change America's mind about this one-team conference.
Well, Mike, and we do have to say, we talked on our last episode of Sports Talk is McKinney about the Arkansas Razorbacks this week. Their first game, they took on the Missouri Tigers at home. It was a night to honor the one and only Big Nasty Corliss Williamson, but it was really a trap game. They were playing a Missouri team who has not won an SEC game since their first SEC game of the year. They're currently 1-12. They're a team that was ranked almost 200 in the RPI this week. It was a trap game. Arkansas came out. They delivered. They didn't look spectacular, but they did deliver the other night, winning 84-69. And, of course, going into today's game, taking on a Mississippi State Bulldog team that Mike, I think they're really going to give Arkansas a run for their money. They don't have a great record this year, but I think they could give the Hogs some trouble. And, after that big night with Corliss Williamson and having all the big people there, another trap game that Arkansas is going to have to overcome today.
Yeah, that's right. And they're a lot like Missouri in the sense that they got nothing to lose, right? We look at the conference standings. Mississippi State heading into today's game is 5-8. A note in the standings is that Texas A&M did win their game against South Carolina today to move to 10-4, and so the Hogs, in order to have sole possession, to maintain sole possession of second place today, are going to need to knock off this Mississippi State team who gave Ole Miss all they could handle the other night.
Well, Mike, of course, Arkansas right now, they're 21-5, 10-3 in the Southeast Conference, ranked number 18 in the nation now, and it's been a long time since Arkansas has been ranked in the top 18. But we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to change a little bit. The other night against the Missouri Tigers was an important game for the Hogs, but it was also a night to remember some of the Hogs' past as they honored the Big Nasty Corliss Williamson, who all Razorback fans know was a member of the 1994 championship team. And to me, Mike, he was the heart and soul of that team. And just a little preview later, we're actually, after the game, after we finish watching the Mississippi State and Arkansas game, we're actually going to discuss, after we do a recap, we're going to discuss the Mount Rushmore of Arkansas Razorback players. And, to me, I'm going to throw this out, even though we're going to talk about it later. Big Nasty makes my list right off the bat, and it was great to see him get the accolades and to have a night to honor a man who did so much to help Arkansas basketball in the mid-'90s, Mike.
Well, Dave, it would be hard to leave Corliss off of any list of Razorback greats of any kind. His name is associated with one of two, major, I guess we're talking about major, quote-unquote, major sports, baseball, basketball, and football. We've gotten two titles in those sports, and, what do we think of when we think of the national championship team in 1994? We think of Corliss Williamson. We think of Scotty Thurman hitting that shot, which I'm sure his name will come up when we talk about great Razorbacks too. But there's so many great Razorback basketball players. We're going to watch one today. Number 10, Bobby Portis. He could very well make a case by the time he's done being a Razorback to also be one of the greatest Razorbacks of all time.
Yeah, and I also think too, Mike. Michael Qualls is starting to become a highlight player who it seems like he's on SportsCenter every week. Of course, he put a dunk down the other night against Missouri. That another SportsCenter dunk, and it just seems like he's been explosive. And the keys for the game today is Mississippi State. I think they're going to really put their focus on Bobby Portis and Michael Qualls, and it's going to be up to Beard and some other players in Madden to see if they can step up and make plays today.
Well, Dave, I'm glad you said something about Beard, because he has really come on. When we started this streak, when we've won 8 for 9, he has made a real difference.
He's been a difference maker, Mike.
He has been a difference maker. He had a game where against Ole Miss where he hit all 4 of his threes. He only scored 14 points because he was in foul trouble, because he is a tenacious defender, and he's that type of defender that this system needs. They need that quick small guard that is just so annoying while you're trying to bring it up as an opponent of the Razorbacks. He really is something that has, I think, ignited the Razorbacks and sent them on this sent them on their winning ways.
Well, Mike, they are 5-1 since he's entered the starting lineup, and he has been a table setter. He's really setting the tone on defense and really getting back to that Arkansas Razorback defense that they used to win in the 90s.
Yeah, and he's taken some pressure off of Rashad Madden, which has in turn allowed Madden to be, less frantic and, not take everything on his shoulders, because that's when Madden falters. And so he's allowed Madden to play his game. Like the other night, the basket at the bucket by Wilkins. At the start of the season, we might have seen a Rashad Madden, or even in December and January, we might have saw Rashad Madden would have forced that ball up instead of taking his time and waiting for his man to come open, trusting him, getting the ball to him, and walking away with the win.
Well, Mike, and they're actually getting ready to start tip-off here live in Starkville, Mississippi. The Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on the Arkansas Razorbacks. We're actually going to come back in a little bit. We'll be coming back at halftime and kind of see where we're at in the game. But we're going to go enjoy the fastest 40 minutes of basketball, at least the first 20 minutes before we get back. But we'll be back shortly at halftime to kind of do a halftime recap and woo pig suey. We'll be back in about 20 minutes, sports fans.
Before we leave, Dave, I got the Hogs winning today. I don't think it's going to be easy. What about you?
I think it's going to be a tight one, Mike. I think Mississippi State, they're going to key on Portis and also on Qualls, and it's not going to be an easy game, but I'm picking the Hogs too. I think there's really not an easy Southeast Conference game. I think it's going to be a fight, but we'll have to see how the Hogs come out if they can keep that top 20 ranking.
All right.